Hey there, I'm Chris Kienke, a local real estate expert here in the Denver, Colorado area. If you're currently trying to sell your home on your own or for sale by owner, first off, congratulations. That's a bold move, and in a market like Denver, there's definitely opportunity. But I also want to be honest with you, Denver's real estate market is competitive, it's fast moving and constantly shifting. Selling your home without the right plan can cost you time, money, and definitely peace of mind. That's why I made this video, to help you get clear on what really matters when it comes to selling successfully. And I'll also walk you through the system I use to help sellers like you every day, something that I call WISH. Unique listing strategy, which addresses pricing, timing, showing, and moving. I will discuss more of that here shortly. But first, let me talk about what makes selling in Denver unique. Denver is a city of micro markets. You might have one neighborhood where homes are flying off the shelf and another just a few blocks away that's sitting, stale. And buyers here, they're smart, they're tech savvy, and often working with agents who know how to negotiate hard for what they want. Selling on your own in this environment means you're not just listing a home, you're competing with professional marketing, agent networks, and a buyer pool that expects a polished experience. So how do you keep up with that? Well, that's where WISH strategy comes in. I've developed this framework called WISH over a number of years. It addresses the 4 key areas you absolutely need to get right when selling your home, especially if you're doing it on your own. And WISH stands for W, what's the right price? I, ideal timing. S, seamless showings. And H, hassle-free moves. Let me break each one down for you. So if you are planning on selling your home for sale by owner, the number one question I always get is, how should I price my home? Pricing your home correctly is probably the most important decision you'll make in the process. A great price isn't about what you want. It's about understanding the market. It's about understanding what buyers are looking for and the momentum that gets your home sold. So when you're selling for sale by owner, you need to become your own pricing expert. And that means conducting a data-driven market analysis, or what real estate agents call a CMA. You'll want to evaluate recent home sales going back no further than 6 months ago, because that's what anyone that makes an offer on your home with a mortgage, the appraiser only goes back 6 months. You're also going to want to look at active listings or your competition on the market. You want to make sure that you're not overpricing your home and what we would call taking one for the team, making everyone else who's selling their home look cheaper. You also want to take a look at market trends specific to your neighborhood. But don't stop there. Go ahead and factor in seasonal patterns, right? Real estate is a seasonal market, buyer demand, and even broader economic trends. If things are looking great financially, you know buyers will be bolder. And if things are uncertain, they're going to be very cautious. Now, you will not have access to the same tools that a licensed real estate agent has, but you can absolutely use Zillow, Realtor.com, and Homes.com to study price per square foot, recent solds, listing timelines, and buyer activity. This research helps you hit that sweet spot, a price that attracts serious buyers and protects your bottom line. Here are 3 key elements of a winning price strategy that I coach my sellers on, whether they're working with me or trying it solo. The first thing is you cannot underprice a home. This one surprises a ton of people, but if a home is priced below market value, it creates demand. And if it's priced way below market value, it creates a tidal wave of demand. That demand leads to more showings, more offers, and sometimes bidding wars. Buyers will compete, which pushes the price up, not down. So a well-priced home is a magnet for attention. Overpricing your home? That's how listings sit stale. The right price attracts offers and gives you control. When your price draws in more buyers, you create leverage, and that gives you options. Multiple offers, stronger terms, better negotiations, backup offers, all of it. And remember, you can always say no to a low offer, but if you start too high and miss the mark, you won't have any offers to respond to at all. Momentum really does matter when you're selling your home. When you're starting to consider price, here's one of the most important things to think about. what you want to sell your house for, and what you need to sell your house for. Of course, everybody wants top dollar, but here's the truth. Pricing emotionally or based on your dream number backfires time and time again. Instead, define your actual financial needs and timeline, i.e., what do you need to move? That way, your pricing strategy is aligned with your goals, and you'll know when it's time to act. If you're getting offers, then let's be honest. Showings are happening, and showings are one of the hardest parts of selling for sale by owner, making that time in your day to get people in the door to see your property. You're living in the home, you're juggling work, and now you're trying to play the role of host, marketer, negotiator, and sometimes security. If showings aren't handled professionally, buyers won't take your listing seriously. I help for sale by owner sellers create a showing strategy that works. From setting up the right systems for appointments, to staging tips, to what to say, and often what not to say during a showing. This is where first impressions absolutely count. If that sounds like you, I wrote a short book specifically for sellers just like you. It's a quick, straightforward guide on how to avoid the most common for sale by owner mistakes and sell your home smarter, not harder. Now, maybe you've got all this handled, and if so, that's awesome. But here's what I've seen over the years. Even the most capable for sale by owner sellers sometimes hit a point where they ask, is this still working for me? Or is it costing me more than it's saving? Sometimes it's a stale listing. It's been on the market too long. Sometimes it's buyer's games and you've got to break out of an offer. Sometimes it's just plain burnout, too many phone calls, managing your regular job, and that's okay. It doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're being smart enough to pivot when needed. If you ever reach that point or you simply want a professional in your corner, I'd love to talk. I help sellers every day who start for sale by owner and decide they want support to get across that finish line. I have proven marketing, pricing tools, and negotiation strategies that put sellers in control and maximize their net. I'd love to help you right now. I'd love to send you a free copy of the book. It's a short, no-fluff guide with the exact strategies successful for sale by owner sellers use and the common mistakes to avoid. At the end of the day, your goal is to sell your home smoothly and profitably. Whether you do it on your own or with some backup, you deserve the best result possible. I'm Chris Kienke, and I'm here to help you when you need it. Reach out anytime, and let's get your home sold.